Good day everyone. Today I'll be sharing with you what are the footwear that I use for rock fishing and what I feel or what I tried and tested to be the most practical and money saving way to use it in a hot weather climate like Singapore. Okay, so on the right, what you see here is a pair of the first pair of rock shoes that I ever bought. It is cheap, it's made in Taiwan, and if you can see, the studs are actually glued in or welded in or built into the soles. Okay, so what happens is that when these studs wear out, you can't use them anymore, and I think the whole shoes, you know, unless you use it for just a simple fishing on the sand, or in fact you have to throw it away. The disadvantage of this type of shoe is that it's heavy, and once water gets in, it actually gets waterlogged, and it's very hard to walk in. Well, heavy. Okay, so as you can see, this pair has already been it's already actually getting quite worn out. So I've stopped using them for in fact the last 1 or 2 years actually. But I've just kept them as a pair of backup. Okay, on the left, what you see is a pair of trekking sandals that I've utilized to with studs at the bottom for rock fishing. When I like to fish for groupers, and I like to go out during low tides on the breakers. And I'm sure you're well aware that the rocks exposed during low tide are very slippery with algae and moss on them. And regular shoes or slippers will not work. In fact, I think it's safer, and you should buy a pair of rock shoes to use and to avoid any accidents. Okay. Now, what you see here, this pair has been I've been using it for the past 2 years. In fact, you can see that there already previously there were some holes that I've used to screw in the studs. Now, this pair, I mean, I've been using them for a while now, and they are running out of almost running out of places to insert the studs. So I will be retiring them and using them as a pair of regular sandals. So I've bought the new pair of trekking sandals from Decathlon. Okay, and I will show you very quickly what I use, what I do to actually make them to use them for rock fishing, and I will show you the equipments needed. Okay, now I'll be sharing with you what are the studs that I'm using and the equipment needed to install the studs into the bottom of the sandal. Okay, so now this is a very basic pair of trekking sandals from Decathlon. You can buy them for about Singapore dollars, about $25 easy, right, from Decathlon. And then these are the studs that I'll be using. Okay, so they screw directly into the base of the sandals. Okay, and the head is actually almost bladed. Okay, if you can see, and they are actually very sharp. Okay, what this does is actually provide traction when when it's on the rocks, right? It bites into the moss or on the rocks, and it actually provides traction. Okay, now the brand I'm using is actually called Cold Cutter. Okay, and they are a pack of 250 pieces. Okay, and I buy them from Amazon. This pack is the price of about $40 on Amazon. Okay, less than $40 after conversion of but for okay, and you can 250 pieces, you can use them for a long time. Okay, my previous pack it has not even run out yet. Okay, now then to install them, all you need to do is just a socket wrench. Okay, with a 1/4 inch socket. Okay, so now the head of the screws actually fits directly into the socket. Okay, and all you need to do is find the thickest part of the sole. Now be mindful, you need to find the thick part of the sole, otherwise it will poke through into, and it might be painful, and it bites into pokes into your sole of the feet. Okay, so you try to find the thickest part of the sandals. Okay, so I usually go to the center, and all you need to do is just screw it in. Okay, and for each sandal, I use 200. I use 20 pieces. I think from my own experience, 20 pieces is actually very nicely to cover all the areas of the sandal and give you traction regardless of how you place your foot. Now, of course, you can go and place more onto the sandal, no harm, as you wish. And since the studs are actually very cheap, all right. So, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. My focus on the studs is actually placement of the studs will be on the ball of the feet and on the heel. Okay, because these are the parts where we usually, when we walk, they will place where we place the most of our weight on it. Okay, and the screws are very easy to install. Once you actually, it's sharp, and then once you start turning, it will bite into the sandals accordingly. Okay. So I'm done with installing the studs, which you can see I'm covering the front and back of the feet, and which are usually the places where you put the most weight on to provide traction. Now, I must say that this method is what I've tried and I've used locally in Singapore, and I find that it is very practical. Why? Sandals are light to carry, it ventilates well, and even when it gets wet, it doesn't get waterlogged. Unlike a regular shoe type or boot type rock shoes. And most importantly, when the studs wear out, you can just change them out. And then when you've run out of placement or point of placement to install the studs, you can still retire this and use this as a pair of regular sandal. So if you ask me, it's practical, save money, and I suppose ease of use. Okay, so now before I end this video, I suppose I must say that this is not the only way, this is not the best way, but this is what I've researched and I find or tried, and that I find that works for me. So thank you for watching and have a good day.